Bitcoin continues to test resistance from yesterday. Two new targets to the upside, one at $40,000. Do the Bitcoin bulls have that momentum, that strength to defy the resistance, to defy the odds? What's up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe and like on the way in. It does truly mean a lot to me as we grow this YouTube channel. Let's jump into the video. This is Bitcoin on the daily chart. We've done a lot of talking. Not going to dig into it too much. The similarities here, and just want to underline this. Spring, summer 2019, what has just transpired, Bitcoin pretty much hit the target exactly, a little bit over the target, $30,000 upper trend line touch, and now we're at resistance. And this trend line, we're going to use this for reference throughout this video on the short-term chart. So let's do this. This is Bitcoin on the hourly chart. There's the trend line. Look at Bitcoin grappling. Look at Bitcoin just, it truly is, looks like it's trying to make up its mind, right? We kind of had this powerful break through it. We had this $6,000 swing low from this swing high. Crazy. Now we're testing it as I do this video. And yesterday's video, I'm not going to show a clip, but you can see right here, this is Bitcoin testing that resistance, this first resistance area. And I want to talk about that rectangle you see there, that resistance area. So let's go to this chart. There it is, that rectangle. That is the resistance area. Bitcoin continually touching. That's the swing high that we had around 34 to 35,000 to that $6,000 swing low. It was a crazy swing low. And there it is, our Fibonacci resistance. Now, yesterday's video, I talked about it as it was happening. And we said, let's see what Bitcoin can do at this resistance. So we failed. We came back up, tested it again. This is an hourly chart. We failed, came back down, tested it again, and that's where we are right now. Once again, testing the Fibonacci retracement, this resistance area. It's such a key area for Bitcoin. It continues to be, and I really wanted to just throw this out there again. Right around $33,300 down to $32,000. Now, everybody, this is a really important area to watch on the hourly chart. What's happened and what's transpired, and which is what we were looking for, is structure now. We're getting structure. And on this chart, you can see, and listen, I know it's not the most beautiful looking symmetrical triangle, but it's a series of lower highs, and we have a series of higher lows into this consolidation area that we're really testing right now, the apex of the symmetrical triangle. So I think this is an extremely critical time for Bitcoin. As I do this video, the hours ahead, I think, are very important in terms of what Bitcoin does next. So is Bitcoin going to break through this short-term Fibonacci resistance, or are we going to fall through this bottom trend line, right? And in that case, we're getting very squeezed here from this swing low at the bottom trend line to this current swing high. I mean, to the downside, right? We have a Fibonacci support, and as you get Bitcoin consolidating, you can continually, as it's getting squeezed into like apexes and stuff, you can use these Fibonacci retracements over and over again. They get very tight though. So from where Bitcoin is now to that area, we're looking at around a 5 to 6% range support to the downside. So Bitcoin can continue consolidating, right? Bitcoin can kind of come down a little bit, put in another higher low, and then take off. But I think it's going to happen soon. This is the hourly chart, remember, and we have a breakout target now. If Bitcoin can break resistance, we're talking right around $38,000 to the upside. If Bitcoin fails, I have to mention it. Bitcoin fails, there's a target to the 25,000s, right around 25,600 or so. That is to the downside. I get it. Bitcoin currently trading in between both of those targets. And you're like, well, Dan, what am I supposed to do? Everybody, I can't tell you what Bitcoin's going to do next. Nobody can. We've been hitting targets to the upside and downside over and over again. The key is to, in this very moment, as you watch this video and you scour YouTube for other videos, make your decision based on all the data and be comfortable with that decision either way. So you can sit back, you can relax, you have your plan, and that's the name of the game, everybody. This is mental. So Bitcoin very much, these bullish targets very much in play because we have another one actually kind of synergistic with this. And I want to go to this chart. This is a 6-hour chart now. There's that white upper trend line. Remember, that's from this daily chart, that upper trend line that's very harmonious with the move in July. of June 2019. So we have that white line, and we have this other rising channel kind of confluent with that, right? So this upper trend line, just a bunch of touches, higher highs, higher lows, everybody. It's what we see on the screen. And we've been getting a lot of these. Does Bitcoin have that power to break through not only this white trend line going back months that we've been talking about, but this trend line as well, this new upper trend line that has a few touches to the upper trend line. So the breakout target for this is $40,000. So we have a $40,000 target. We have on this other chart we just visited right around a $38,400 target. And that is a very key area of resistance for Bitcoin. Now, the question is, and this is what I ask myself, this is what I opened with this video, do the Bitcoin bulls have the momentum to really defy the odds of resistance? So I know we have this short-term resistance that we're looking at, right? We have this, but it's very short-term resistance up to $33,000, $400. That's not necessarily the resistance I'm talking about. The resistance I'm talking about is these target resistance areas. If Bitcoin makes a move to these areas, $38,000 to $40,000, what happens? Because if you look at the weekly chart, and this is just crazy to me, like we continue to monitor this, Bitcoin, has been kind of just defying historical data for weeks now, right? We had this consolidation area on the RSI and overbought territory on the weekly. That was the beginning that something very cool is happening on Bitcoin, and there's just so much demand, not enough supply. And I really want to see on this weekly chart, we have a turnaround here. You can see it, and it's like initially concerning when you're looking back all the way back to like 2012 here on the chart. Every time you get a turnaround on the RSI on the weekly, it leads to some big dips, right? Even in a bull market. This is Bitcoin in the bull market, dipping pretty big. So it's initially concerning, but it was a little concerning back here too, and nothing happened. It just consolidated. And this is what I'm waiting to see. We're at 90 on the RSI, and it's like, is Bitcoin really going to keep going up and just kind of do something else, consolidate with these higher highs and higher lows on the weekly, as it has done just in the last couple of months? It's very intriguing to me to watch. And again, everybody, you have to be prepared. We're talking about, this was a $6,000 move the other day, right? From this swing high, we're talking like $34,000 to $27,000. It's like a $6,000, almost $7,000 move. And this is an hourly chart. So these dips that are in play for Bitcoin, if the RSI fails and it kind of just takes a little bit of a dip consolidation, I mean, we could easily see a $10,000 dip in a matter of days. I mean, we just saw one. We saw a $6,000 dip in a matter of hours. So I'm just always like prepared for that. We've talked about for a long time when price was low, like, hey guys, we're gonna get to a time in Bitcoin where we're gonna just see $10,000 moves so quick, and I think we're there. And if you're not ready for that on the downside, I think you just should be, and that's fine if you don't like talking about it. Maybe my YouTube videos aren't for you, but man, and they happen quick, these dips. And there's opportunity there if you want to keep accumulating Bitcoin. And that's the whole purpose of the technical analysis videos that I do. It's really why I started this channel, is to buy dips. And that's what it looks like for me. So we do have targets to the upside, 38,000. We have $40,000 target. But remember, the targets are there to the downside. Here's a $25,000 target. Can very well just as happen if there is immediate resistance, Bitcoin comes down, breaks that lower trend line, $25,000 targets for Bitcoin. And we have the $25,000 target for Bitcoin out of the symmetrical triangle as well. So keep those targets in mind, everybody. Be prepared for them. That's a $7,000 or so dip from where Bitcoin is right now. To put context to that, it sounds like a lot, right? But it is around a 20% dip. Very, very commonplace for Bitcoin. If you just look from this swing high to this swing low, 20% dip. 20% dips happen in hours now, so be ready for them. However, to the upside, if Bitcoin breaks resistance, this chart will be completely shattered, right? We know there's the similarities there, especially this last swing high back in all the way back here, 2019. And here's our last swing high. Right now, Bitcoin's literally testing that upper trend line. If Bitcoin breaks above, it will be defying really the odds for Bitcoin, because look what's happening at this trend line, resistance, and then on the weekly chart, just overbought, coming back down a little bit. If Bitcoin continues to the upside, when it happens, it's just going to be a hype video. I don't do hype videos a lot, but I'm going to do a hype video if it happens and Bitcoin continues to the upside here and hits these targets. We're talking $38,000, $40,000. So those are my thoughts today. I have a busy day ahead. I want to try and get a video out to you. I really appreciate all you viewers and everybody just along on the crypto journey with me. It's been very enjoyable, and I thank you. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next video. Let's see what Bitcoin does in the hours ahead. It's going to be interesting. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.